Hey, this is your best friend, Tawny Plattis, from the Dirty Bits podcast, and you're listening to Is This Adulting?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Is This Adulting, a weekly conversation between two best friends navigating adulthood and our struggles with mental health as overgrown man-children. I'm best friend number one, Stephen Pappas.
And I'm your other one, Chris Grimmett.
Yeah, and it's bright and early. Welcome to Is This Adulting Morning Edition. We are recording.
I'm very tired.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's 8:45 in the morning.
I'm so sorry.
And
it's a very different experience.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like a real adult with a job who wakes up and does things rather than
And for
me
us, it's
who
on the
sleeps
weekend.
couch. And it's on the weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
fun.
the weekend for her. You realize it's only 7 hours difference.
Yeah, but it's 3:30
Oh,
p.m.
yeah.
and I've got a glass of white wine, so it's not so harsh. I got
That's
up
fair.
at 11.
Well, if you hadn't guessed from the wine comment and the fact that we had Amanda and Lucy from Wine and Crime on for the last 2 weeks, I pity you and your lack of ability to guess who our next guest is. This week, we're excited to welcome another amazing guest from Wine and Crime. Who is it? Which one is it? It's Kenyon.
Yay! That's my name, and
Kenyon's
you said
here.
it right. I love it.
What? How else would I say it?
I get a lot of Kenya. A lot of Kenyas.
There's no A in your name.
There's no A. I know. People need to
Yeah.
learn how to read. I'm telling you. I get a lot of Kenyas. But no, you nailed it. It's awesome. I'm Kenyon. I'm from Wine and Crime. Should I do the Wine and Crime plug?
Sure.
Yes, I was gonna intro you into it, but you are on top of it. I think that's really why
Steven,
you're
she
here.
doesn't
It's
need
just
an intro. What
Yeah,
are
exactly.
you doing?
Kenyon,
I
Do you even know the definition of the show?
I'm just pushy. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's good.
So if you've listened to the last 2 episodes of Is This Adulting, you will have heard about our podcast, Wine and Crime. We are a true crime comedy podcast hosted by 3 friends who chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash our worst Minnesotan accents. So yeah, all 3 of us grew up in Minnesota. We're childhood friends. We love creepy true crime stories and also wine, and we get real inappropriate. We are not safe for work. Yeah, you can find us on pretty much every podcatcher app, and we have a website, wineandcrimepodcast.com, and we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All of those are at Wine and Crime Pod. Ta-da!
Boom.
You
She
did
did
it.
it.
So concise. And you have this really cool sponsor, Talkspace. Hey, Talkspace, what's up?
Talkspace is great. Talkspace, look into Is This Adulting. They're amazing.
This is just gonna. I have this thing in my head that anytime their name is uttered, they know, they're like, oh, they said it, and
Or
then
like bat signal.
It's triggered.
right, exactly, and now they're gonna be like, oh, well, all 3 of these ladies said it. Let's roll with it.
Y'all should just email them and I don't think
Beg.
name dropping us would help at all, but you obviously can. They'd be like, cool, what?
I'll be like, yeah, Wine and Crime said that you should look into us, and
Yeah.
we're best friends with the Dollop, and
Exactly, yeah.
oh,
I'll just Google search the head of Talkspace and just the name and say, hey, Richard referred me to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whoever it is,
yeah.
and just completely lie.
Seriously, you absolutely can do that. Or I reached out on, oh God, you should cut this, but I reached out on LinkedIn to some guy
I will
and was
not,
like,
I assure you.
hey, we went to the same college. I don't know you, but hi.
Yeah,
And they were
that's
like,
amazing
great.
to know. You're on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, and you're not 47 years old.
I
Or an
know,
accountant. That's
I'm
perfect.
y'all, I job hunted for so long after grad school, so unsuccessfully. So I was obsessed with LinkedIn.
I get it. I had to do
yeah.
it too.
Oh, it sucks.
I did.
Nothing
Yeah.
feels like you're older than the moment where you're sending people that you know that are your age or younger LinkedIn request, and you go, "Who have I become?"
It's
I've
rough.
embraced in my life knowing that I'll never have a real job, and for that reason, cool. I'm just going to not mess with LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's really not worth it. It's nothing ever good. Well, I guess now since
Unless
starting
LinkedIn
the podcast,
wants to sponsor us, and then we'll say it's worth it.
Exactly. Now they're charging for everything. Whatever. Not happy LinkedIn. Unless you want to pay us to plug you, and then we absolutely will. Yeah.
1 star. Would not go back.
Oh my God. Yeah.
gosh.
But anyway, it worked out for that. So try that. Just be a creeper on LinkedIn, and maybe Talkspace will play ball.
Will do.
So you heard it here first, folks. Just if you need something in life, be a creeper on LinkedIn. And
Be a creeper
that's
on
how
LinkedIn.
you get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, every time I've said well with one of them on the show, I've said it like, well, we're going to roll into the housekeeping now.
You're trying to counteract the Minnesotan. Just
I
get
don't
us
think
back
you
to
have a really strong
equilibrium.
Minnesotan accent, though.
It comes and goes.
And I don't
If I
feel
t-
like I have a very strong Southern accent. Chris does.
I
Not
do.
super
yes.
strong. Yeah, Chris, your accent is so beautiful, or luscious, as Lucy would say, that
Luscious?
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna
Ooh.
start accidentally imitating it.
I'm okay with that.
It's not gonna be good.
I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand. Luscious is the most perfect thing that could have been used to describe it. I'm going to start describing myself when I intro as
Hello.
your luscious boy.
Your luscious baby boy.
That's perfect. Wait,
Oh,
is luscious
ooh, it
and
gets
baby,
weird.
should they be
It gets-
two words that are combined? I don't know.
Your luscious
God.
best friend.
Steven has his more radio voice of, hello, everybody, and I'll be, hey, everybody, it's me.
I'm luscious.
You're
You
luscious,
sound like
baby
Delilah. You know that radio host, Delilah?
Oh, believe me, I am well aware of who Delilah is. That's a different conversation for a different day, but yes, I'm well aware of who Delilah is.
Yeah, I grew up on Delilah. Heavy doses of Delilah in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Same here. Same here.
I did not. All right. Well, we're going to roll into Chris's favorite part of the show, which is housekeeping. And we only have one housekeeping thing this week, which is we want to say thanks to Tony Plattis Tony Plattis of the Dirty Bits podcast. Got to plug those dirty bits. That sounded weird.
Ew.
Gotta
Plug
those dirty bits.
Ew.
Oh, no.
It's such a good show though.
It is
So
wonderful. I love it
Yeah.
so much, and she's one of the nicest people in the world. I want to say thanks to Tony from the Dirty Bits podcast for the audio drop at the beginning of the episode. Remember, if you would like to do one of those, all you have to do is you can record it on your phone or on mic if you're a podcaster. Send it to us and say, hey, this is your best friend and your name from wherever you're from or whatever show you're from, and you're listening to Is This Adulting? And we'll tack it on the front of the show. And you know, like I said last week, if you just happen to be a show that does comedy, you drink a lot of wine, and you talk about true crime, you're welcome to do one of those if you would like.
That sounds
just so that
vaguely
people think
familiar.
we're official.
Yeah.
Because that would make people be like, oh my God, wait, they're a real podcast.
Hey. Yeah. I think we can make that happen.
Magic. Boom. And finally, as always, we want to say thanks to our sponsor, Blueberry, for a new segment where one of us pitches the other a new podcast they've been thinking about recently. This week, Chris has got another idea, because I've just given up on coming up with ideas. I think that Chris is just going to be our idea boy for a while.
Hey,
So
I
here
will
we go.
say, if anyone ever has an idea, I will happily receive that. And because sometimes... Do you have one?
No, credit, I want to say, Chris Osborne from the Play Comics podcast sent me a message and said, you know what would be awesome for Patreon bonus stuff? If we
What?
actually produced an episode of some of these podcasts.
Yes.
Like Stranger
Absolutely.
Things.
Absolutely. You should do a faux different podcast every
wow.
month or so. But the problem is
Wow.
the theme music. But you could get some cheapy bad theme music for free
Yes,
online
yes.
and do it. Absolutely.
That sounds like a great idea. Yeah. So I if anyone ever comes up with a great pun or an idea that you want me to run with, please send it to me, because some weeks they come in 2 seconds and some weeks it takes a little while. And this was one of those weeks, but I still think that we've got something, and I'm grateful because my wife came to the rescue, and we together. This is a Grimmett production through and through. So are you ready for this?
I love the Grimmett Productions.
Well, inspired by the hit television program on HGTV. I've decided to write some fan fiction about the Property Brothers. Well, not the sexy kind, but just like normal stuff. So let me be clear from the get-go.
I'm currently writing the sexy kind, and it's copyrighted, so it's fine.
Ooh, okay.
TM.
All right, well, so it was just an ordinary day on the set for brothers Drew and Jonathan Scott of the Property Brothers. When a mysterious... Yes, you've already stopped.
Where's the other brother?
This is on set. This is
doesn't
OG.
matter. He's allowed on
This is
set.
OG.
Well, hey, this is my fan fiction. You write your own.
He's allowed.
You write your own, Steven. Gosh. All right, I have to start over again. It was just an ordinary day on set for brothers Drew and Jonathan Scott when a mysterious old man wandered by Drew and whispered, "Your brother is not who you think he is. He's not your twin." So obviously, this threw Drew off for probably a few different reasons. One, because it's startling, and the other fact that who's this old man and why is he whispering in my ear? But so the rest of the day, he was confused. And he tried to observe his brother's behavior to see what this man meant. And for days, this old man's whisper haunted Drew until finally he couldn't handle it anymore. One day on set, Drew snuck off to do some investigative work without drawing attention to Jonathan. This is pretty easy considering Jonathan does all the work on the show, and Drew literally does nothing except for showing up a few times throughout the entire episode. So Jonathan had no idea that Drew was doing any of this. While sneaking through his brother's room, Drew discovered a safe that he had never seen before. And inside were documents from a plastic surgeon with notes showing pictures of Drew, showing that Jonathan had requested to look identical to him. Now, Drew was full of questions. Who is this man that has spent so much time with him? Are they even related? Is his name even Jonathan? It's a mystery podcast that I call The Probably Brothers. Thank you, Kate, for coming up with the name. That's my wife. That's 100% on her. So I'm gonna give her the credit.
Kate, you hit this one out of the park. That's amazing.
I need you to know that the best part of this entire thing, Chris, was not your puns, was not your story, but it was the fact that while you were doing it, you kept a straight face. Kenyon was acting out the entire story.
It was really nice. It really helped actually give me the inspiration I needed.
Oh, God. Well, thank you, Kate.
I thought that worked really well in the podcast medium of me just silently motioning.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone loved it.
That was perfect. Well, don't worry, we got one more pun coming, and this one's courtesy of Chris Grimmett.
Oh, God. Well, thank you, Kate, for that interesting idea. But I don't know if Kate knows this. Have you talked to Kate? Creating a podcast isn't as easy as recording your show and uploading an MP3. You know that, right?
Well, considering I forget that every week, it's impossible that I've told her.
You do seem to. It's kind of shocking that
yes,
we've been through this, probably 10 times, and I have to explain this to you constantly. Well, to get the most out of your show, you're going to need a lot of help, and I mean a lot of help. You thought about hosting that's fast and reliable? You don't have to have issues week to week?
No, I have not.
Okay. What about accurate download stats?
No. Also,
Lie
no.
to me.
Who needs it? And you're going to need a website because at the end of the day, you're going to want to focus your time and effort on creating more content.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. What type of material should we be looking for from the Probably Brothers?
Episode 1. Drew had to take a few weeks to get away and figure things out and figure out who this man even was. Jonathan is starting to get a little suspicious, so episode 1 is called We Don't Caulk Anymore.
All right.
Finally, a cock joke that wasn't a cock joke. You know what I mean? Like a cock pun that wasn't a cock pun. Like that's like next level cock pun.
Oh wow!
It was a caulk pun.
So good.
Oh, it hits you right every time.
Oh, I got nothing this week. I'm breaking the streak.
It's okay. It's okay.
I got no fast rattle it off pun, but okay, well, that's interesting. Blueberry offers all of your podcasting needs, so you can focus on that. It's everything from hosting all the way down to your own WordPress site. So how's that sound?
Steven, it sounds exactly what I'm looking for, but I've already started. So is that... Sorry, did it? It's a little
every
bit too
week
addy.
every week you say, that sounds exactly what I'm looking for. You never say like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. It's true. You're missing a word in that sentence.
Oops.
But does that sound like exactly what you're looking for?
Sure. How about that? Is that better for you?
It is, yeah. Have you already started, though? That's the problem.
Yes, I have. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you've already started, it's all good. It doesn't matter whether you already have a podcast or if you always wanted to start your own, because you seem to be forsaking this one. Blueberry can help, and you get your first month free in the process. Just head over to blueberry.com. It's blueberry without the e's.com/BFF to get your first month free now.
That's pretty amazing, but I've got
amazing.
a loyal fan base, and I don't want to lose even one subscriber, Steven.
What do you call your fans?
This isn't my best one, but the Property Cousins? I don't know. No. I couldn't think of anything better.
I'm gonna...
Not the probably cousins?
Probably Cousins. That's better. That's better.
They're probably cousins.
Yeah, we're gonna
Probably
change it up.
cousins means a whole different thing here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Fair, does it mean
Swipe
fair
right
game
to
to get
them,
married?
right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it is legal in this state for first cousins to get married.
Well, I can't judge because necrophilia isn't a crime in Minnesota, so.
Interesting
What?
and terrifying.
Steven's face was just priceless. Just like, it was almost like a GIF reaction of surprise.
What a surprise in an excited way, Steven?
Yeah.
No!
He knows where he's
Come
moving.
again.
Interesting. The only thing I knew about Minnesota up until now was the Vikings, but now I know something very interesting.
Perfect.
Anyway.
I'm a good ambassador.
You're not going to lose any of your subscribers because their support team can help you migrate your existing show for free. So, yeah, I hope that sounds good to you. Anyway, go ahead and get to work on the Probably Brothers. I remembered it this week.
Well done.
Or any other podcast today. Maybe our podcast. You spend a lot of time working on these other podcasts, Chris.
I know.
You're
I
spread
don't
a
have my
little
priorities in
thin. You got a lot in the pipeline.
Hey, what can I say? You know, I have to make income however I can make it.
Anyway, just a reminder, you can head over to blueberry.com/BFF and get your first month free by using our promo code. Cool.
We did it.
We did another ad. We've done it. We're gonna wait. This is the part where I always check and go, yep, we're about 20 minutes into the show with just an ad done. Cool. We're gonna start off this week just like we do every week with a mental health check-in. So Chris, how you been this week?
Well, I am quite grateful because, you know, last week we kind of talked about how I recently got new glasses and I was overly sensitive about it. Thank you, Kenyon, for your thumbs up of support. Yeah, so I really was grateful. Our best friends group on Facebook, people went out of their way to be supportive of me, and we had tons of people take pictures, just kind of show us their glasses, which was really cool. And I didn't realize there was so many styles of glasses until I think I looked through all those pictures. So thank you for everyone who participated in that. I really appreciated that. And, you know, all things considering, it's been a really good week for me, surprisingly. We got a lot of snow in North Carolina, and which is not a lot for a lot of other places.
Like this much? Like half a centimeter?
Well, believe it or not, it was more than usual. We had, depending on where in the state, between like 6 inches to a foot.
Okay, that's legit.
And so it actually shut down places for a few days. So I still had to work from home, but it was still nice just to be able to, you know, work in your PJs instead of having to go in and
That's
so
my
overall,
everyday.
Yeah, but overall, I would say it was good. I was able to go outside a few times with my dog, and he loves the snow, like, a lot. And sometimes it's just really fun to watch a dog go from just laying on the couch to looking like he's on cocaine, just like running around, like flopping in midair, and it's just hilarious.
White powder everywhere.
Exactly.
Yes, very similar to cocaine.
I didn't think about that. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's a lot of cocaine. A foot of cocaine covered
Mother
North
Nature's
Carolina, you guys.
cocaine.
I can't believe it didn't make it on the news. Unbelievable.
I know. But yes, so I would say that it's surprisingly been a much better week, which has been encouraging. It's kind of needed it after a couple of rough weeks in a row. So thank you, everyone, for your support in that. Kenyon, how are you doing?
I'm good. I want to open with just to make you feel better about your glasses, which are super cool.
Thank you.
I had glasses as a child, and they were 1980s glasses. They were like, 2/3 of my face kind of thing with like a pale pink plastic lens. And then I also had an eye patch.
An eye patch?
Yes, and
what
a mullet.
Happened? And a mullet?
Yep.
I need to understand more, but you're describing what sounds to be like a 1980s like pirate musical right now.
Yeah. I wish.
I'd watch
it
that
would have been
musical.
so much better. Yeah, exactly. Would have been so great. The Goonies Part 2. But
Let's party.
So
Stupid.
So I am legally blind in one eye. So and it's a lazy eye that never went wonky. Like you can't tell that it's a lazy eye by looking at me, but it's a lazy eye. And so they had an eye patch over my good eye to try to make my bad eye stronger, and newsflash, It didn't work at all. So I was basically just blind, flying blind for a couple years as a child. Yeah, so I've had the glasses horror story. Your glasses are super cool. They're like James Bond glasses.
Thank you. What's funny is, and I don't want to take away from your mental health check-in, but so I think maybe my way of trying to make myself feel better about it is just kind of acknowledge and like joke with yourself. And so the reality is most glasses now look somewhat similar, and they're all slightly hipster looking, you know what I'm saying? Just the different levels. And so I've just been really embracing that by walking around with like in the house, like with toboggans that are like only halfway on my head, and like taking shirts and buttoning them up all the way without any type of time, and just being like, hey, what's up? My name's Devin. I'm a youth pastor that everyone is familiar with. And so I've just really been like embracing that, and I've been able to enjoy it more.
Only eating artisanal pickles.
Pretty much.
Yeah, perfect.
Which makes you think, what's Devin's deal?
I like how I'm sitting here like,
pickles?
wait, I hang beanies off the back of my head. I really like a good pickle that's fancy.
Oh, I'm hipster as, almost swore. I'm hipster AF. What up? Yes.
Oh, but anyway, sorry, continue with your mental health check-in.
Mental health check-in commencing. So, I am on the precipice of a bit of a transition period. So since September, I've been working this part-time job at a school teaching French in addition to doing the podcast. And it was just a maternity cover position. So now the lovely woman who I was covering for is coming back to work after having her baby. And so Monday... we're recording on a Saturday, and Monday is my last day, like having to be somewhere at a certain time and, look professional and, get up at 6 a.m. and like be somewhere. So now I'm going to be transitioning back to working from home and mainly focusing on the podcast and some of our other ideas for, other shows that we might want to launch in 2018. And I'm happy about that. But I'm also really nervous about slipping back into bad habits and things that, exacerbate my depression. So, because I have depression and anxiety. I'm medicated. I've been on the same medication for 4 years now. And I just got lucky with finding one that worked for me right from the beginning. I have played around with the dose over the years, and I've gone back to the initial dose that I was on, which was quite low, but it works for me. But I'm nervous just about, because I'm a night owl, so I will stay up, I will start to stay up an hour later each night, and within a week I'll be up till 4 or 5 in the morning, and then waking up at 1 p.m. and feeling like crap. So I'm nervous about that starting. I have scoped out a free co-working space. So I want to try to get myself on a schedule and go somewhere, have to like brush my teeth and leave the house and like and go somewhere.
You're fine.
I'm trying so hard not to swear, you guys. Okay.
You do you.
And going to this place and, being somewhere and being somewhat accountable. But yeah, I'm nervous about it. I do, not to like shamelessly plug, but I do use Talkspace. That's not like
Good.
a lie or anything. Like on our show, we rep Talkspace, and that's because all three of us actually use it. And so I'm chatting a lot with my therapist about that and coming up with different structures we can try. And yeah, but I'm a little bit nervous.
I get that. I mean, it's funny you're saying that because 2 days me working from home, and it's amazing. I felt way less productive, and
Yeah.
I felt it's just, and I don't know if it's all people that have some type of anxiety or something, but it's amazing how much I both tell myself I don't want to schedule, but having a schedule seems to be so beneficial.
Yep.
And it's just, and not just from like a productivity standpoint, just feeling like I'm being something during the day instead of just like a potato that just like wallows from place to place. And so I'm excited about that. I hope that the co-working space sounds cool. That's a cool way to kind of hold yourself accountable with other people.
I hope it works out. I mean, I'm going to have to be spending money on, coffee and lunch each day. But I was already doing that going into this other job. I was getting a coffee from a store every morning anyway. So I'm trying to like rationalize it. But yeah, I know I was in the same boat where I thought that I was good working from home because I'm an introvert and I don't, need all these like colleague interactions every day to sustain myself. But at the same time, like, I need some reason to leave the house in the morning or I just won't for weeks, y'all. Like for a long time, I will not leave the house and it is not healthy. So yeah, that's what I'm going through mainly right now. And also my wedding is coming up in 6 months and I want to lose weight and I have body image issues and
Yes.
You're talking to two guys that understand some body weight and body image issues.
Yep.
Yeah, and especially around wedding stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. I look at my wedding pictures and I'm just like, oh, why didn't I try? Because I didn't back then. And now I'm just like, oh, I get to look at those forever.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
I bought a dress, actually 18 months ago. I bought a dress. We've been engaged for a long time. We've been together a super long time. And we've basically just been trying to save up money to actually afford a wedding. So I bought a dress 18 months ago, and it's pretty on the hanger, and it's pretty on the model and whatever, and it's just like, I saw pictures of myself in it, and I was like, nope, So now I'm seeing this other dress that I want, but I'm wondering if it's going to be the same go around of like, it's pretty on the model, it's pretty in the pictures, I don't know if it's going to work on me, so
Yeah.
standard stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
we hope that the next 6 months can be kind to you because we know it's sometimes stupid how much stress and anxiety is produced to celebrate what's supposed to be an exciting thing.
Yep.
And it often leads you to having nothing but frustration and anger leading up to it. So we hope that that you can take care of yourself well during that, and we'll be thinking about you because
Thanks, guys.
we know that feeling too. Steven, how about you? How you doing? Are you on a corner? Are you back to a city? Have you moved to a new location we haven't heard of yet?
Well, I just feel like most weeks I'm going to need just this in the background while I talk. So if you're ready.
Yep.
Well, we're waiting. What's about to be played?
Hey, everyone. Best friend number 2. Nope, number 1. I'm number 1. Stephen Pappas here.
You're even not the number one priority in your own mental health check-in.
I know.
Be kind to yourself.
Okay. No. Yeah. No more sad Hulk music. No. I mean, I'm fine. It's not awesome. I'm still meds adjusting real hard. So that sucks. But Getting by. I feel like I don't have much to say. I've been like really anxious, and as I come off the meds, I'm definitely going through withdrawal. And I had like a meltdown last night because I was like, does this mean I'm a drug addict? And I was like, and Katie was like, no. And I was like, but I have an addiction, clearly, because I'm going through withdrawal. My body was addicted to the medicine. She goes, yeah, but you weren't like taking them constantly when you felt. She said you were on a schedule that your doctor put out. Your body just built up a addiction and a need for that med. And I was like, okay. But I had a total meltdown thinking I was a drug addict. And like,
I mean, that's real, though. Like, that's
it
real.
Was weird because it was like, I never thought that I had a need for these until like I started coming off them. And then I was like, oh no. Like, I've even got like the like twitches and like the like stuff going on a little bit. So that kind of blows. But dealing with that. So I've been real fun to be around.
Are you getting snippy?
Anxious. Oh, you don't
snappy?
even know.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I have snapped at my wife in ways that when words were coming out of my mouth, I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you even saying? Because she would just be doing something nice and I would snap and just start cursing and screaming. So I'm, and then immediately just like realize what I did and be like, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Like my brain is not functioning correctly right now. My fuse is really short. It's gotten shorter as this is going on. So hopefully that will mellow out soon.
Are you sleeping?
Weaned off. I'm actually sleeping fairly well.
Okay.
Wow, that's good.
That's shocker.
Good.
I'm sleeping pretty well. I have trouble getting to sleep sometimes, but I always have.
Yeah. So many of us do.
It's
stupid.
So,
like,
I just my mind will just be racing. Like I texted Kenyon at what was like 12:30, like our time, knowing full well I had to be on a call in 8 hours to like do it, and I was like, it almost felt like it was the same day. Does that make sense? Like last night wasn't last night. Like last night was just earlier today. Is kind of how it felt. Like my brain was just kind of like off in that way. And so like, as
especially
I'm
when she's hours ahead of us, so it kind of even more feels that way.
Yes, so it definitely was daytime for her when I texted.
Yeah.
I think it was like 7:30 a.m. So you were probably still asleep. But
no, I was up. God damn it, school. I was awake.
Yeah, well, never mind then. No, yeah, it's been weird. I have like little wonky things like that I'm trying to like sort out. But I mean, aside from that, I'm fine. Like I'm just short and more anxious right now because of the meds. And I got like really up in arms about some stuff this week and took some really easy offense that I shouldn't have. To just online stuff, and it was stupid, and I overreacted and I freaked out and got all anxiety ridden and paranoid, and I was just like, I'm gonna quit the show. But I do that every other week when I freak out about something. So Chris can attest that's true. Even though he knows that this show is like what keeps me going. So yeah, I mean, it's not been like, I know that sounds bad, but it's not been a terrible week. It's just been dealing with the little like side effects and having to get back into trying to put myself back in a routine so I have some consistency, because I definitely need a routine, even if I don't have a schedule. As weird as that sounds, like I need a routine. I know that those are similar. That makes sense. But like I need it doesn't have to be super time based, but I wake up, I take my meds, I eat something real quick, I go for a run, I drink my coffee, I take a shower, I need like that sort of routine, and I haven't had it in probably 4 or 5 months, and that's when all the weight came back, and so I've been dealing with like that and that sort of stuff. And I know all this sounds so negative. I swear I'm not in a bad place. I just like
negative.
It's been like weird as I come off the meds. Like it's almost like I'm becoming more self-aware, which is probably a good thing. It's just also
I would say so.
Yeah, it's just also the realization of like, in order to get to a place where I'm not on the meds and stuff, I have to come off them. Like that's this hump that I'm looking at of like, I want to be off the meds so that I can drink along with Wine and Crime. for the first time in a year because I haven't.
I drink on my meds. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, I'm on like heavy sedatives.
Yeah. Oh no. No. I can't. I take those as needed, but like once a year, kind of as needed. Like when certain people are elected to presidential office. Once a year, I take those as needed, and but no, I can't even stay awake on those. So I don't know.
Yeah. See, I take one in the morning and one at night, and then others as needed. Like I have two different types. I have Klonopin and Xanax, and so like it's just like I've got to get off the Klonopin, and then the Xanax is as needed, and then once I'm off the Klonopin, I can finally, That sounds like I've like, God, I need a drink. It's not that. It would just be nice to like go out to dinner or go out with friends and have a glass of wine or a beer or something and sit around and talk, not to be worried of like, is this going to kill me?
Yeah. No, you can't. Those are serious. Those are like legit. You got to be careful with those.
Yeah. So anyway, no, not a bad week. Just kind of a weird withdrawal coming off the meds week, but I'm not feeling too bad about it. I'm getting by.
Cool.
But as always, if you have a mental health check-in, I don't know why I switched into NPR. If you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share an idea of how we can encourage you throughout the week, you can email us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com, or you can come on over to the Is This Adulting Best Friends Facebook group and hang out in there. You can share in there if you need to. You can post funny GIFs and make oh, my dog is going crazy if y'all hear that.
Wow.
He loves that Facebook group. He's such a fan.
He's very passionate.
Hell yeah!
Everybody join!
He's so passionate about the Facebook group.
Wait, can we pause? Can you? What were those sound effects? Were those like ska sound effects that you were just doing? Like,
my fiance is from Brooklyn, like born and raised in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And he taught me that those noises are supposed to be brat brat, pyup pyup.
Yep. I mean, they are. It was just like I wasn't prepared.
It was straight out of Hamilton with
for
the
straight up like hype man stuff. Okay, we can keep going.
So
I'm your hype man for the Facebook group.
All right, so where was I? What happened there?
I don't know.
Anyway, the dog went crazy, and I had to go and check. We were rounding out those mental health check-ins. We were. Yeah, if you need to just have a silly place to have fun and hang out with friends or make new friends or share things, just however you're kind of feeling. That is kind of what that pace is for. It's both silly and serious, and talk about the show, talk about whatever you need to talk about. And that's the goal over there. And if you email us your mental health check-in, please let us know if you want it read on the show. We'll read it anonymously. But just give us a heads up if you don't want it read on the show or if it's okay. Because we're going to start reading those on the episodes when we don't have guests. I know it feels like I've been saying that forever, but that's because we've had 3 guests in a row. We're going to start next week when it's just Chris and I again. And we will be doing that.
Oh, no, I'm coming back. I'm coming back uninvited every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every
I
week.
actually think that's good because it's been so long since we've recorded, like just us. I don't know if we'll be able to like have a conversation.
The last time we did it was.
Puppet.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. I like
the last time we did it was right after the first of the year, and I had such a rough week, and it was just like, it was rough. That was a rough episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, hey, everybody.
Hi.
It's hi, we're here. Anyway, with the mental health check-ins done, we are going to roll into the first topic, which is, this is Chris. Chris is going to talk to us.
All right, we've done this once before.
And it was amazing.
And we're doing it again.
Yep.
It's a
deep dive.
It's something I call the People's Court.
Oh.
Kenyon, so
Judge
get ready.
Judy, what up?
I am the Honorable Judge Christopher. Are you about to speak as I'm introducing myself?
Nope.
Watch it. He's real intense about this.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I have 2 people walking into my courtroom ready to make their case. I'm going to say a variety of different statements. Each of them have to state their own opinion, depending on whatever side they take. It doesn't matter. Now, they are free to argue for whatever they would like, but there's only one correct answer. It's whatever the Honorable Judge Christopher says it is. Let's begin. The plaintiff, Stephen Pappas, part-time fangirl to the Hamilton musical, full-time co-host of this podcast. He thinks since he's been in the courtroom before, he's got an edge. But what he doesn't know is there's only one edge, or only one thing with advantage in Judge Christopher's court, and that's justice. The defendant, Kenyon. When she's not hosting the successful podcast Wine and Crime, she's kicking ass and taking names. She thinks she has an advantage against the plaintiff because he's a man, and Judge Christopher shares her hatred of patriarchy. She would be correct. It's almost certain she's gonna win. And now, for the main event. All rise for the Honorable Judge Christopher. Oh, I forgot my... Hold on. I forgot my gavel. Again, just so everyone knows, this is my cell phone slamming into the
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood
Harry
Prince.
Potter book.
Potter.
No. This is The Prisoner of Azkaban. That's what it is.
That looks thicker than Prisoner of Azkaban.
I knew it was Harry Potter.
It is Azkaban. There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right, here we go. So, just to be clear, I'm going to say a random statement. It might be true or false, or it's going to be this or that, and then you just have to take an opinion, whatever you want. But you only get a point if it's what I say it is. So, and you never know what I'm going to decide. So I decided.
I was voted most argumentative in my high school.
Ooh,
Oh, God.
that sounds both impressive and slightly passive-aggressive from your classmates.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was not an honor. No. Amanda was funniest, of course.
Oh, that's nice.
Lucy laid low. Lucy was like, I want no part of any of this. And I was most argumentative because I was just a huge see you next Tuesday. Yep.
All right. So, I decided to be inspired by you, Kenyon, for this segment. And so I pretty much did two things. It's either something to do with like true crime, or it has something to do with South Africa. One of those two things.
Okay.
So here we go. So the beginning, the statement is, and this is because he's from here, Dave Matthews Band is good, true or false?
No. False.
All right, it seems the defendant has a clear answer, so you can begin.
I was invited to a Dave Matthews Band concert by a boy that I was dating in college, and I liked him, and it was like a chance to go down to New York City. My college was in upstate New York where nothing was going on, and it was, this chance to like go on this nice date and whatever. And I turned it down because I am not a fan of Dave Matthews. But then he told me that the Roots were opening, and I said yes.
Can I guess that your boyfriend's name was probably something like
Chad.
It was
Chad.
Travis. It was
Travis. Oh my
you
God!
You fucking
yeah.
nailed it.
That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Okay. So that is what the defendant has said. Steven,
Yep.
do you agree or disagree?
Oh, I completely agree. It's such garbage. The best thing about Dave Matthews, because there is one good thing about him in his band. The best thing about Dave Matthews Band is Chris's impressions on the early episodes of Is This Adulting that are terrible, but they sound better than Dave Matthews.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
Yeah, so I'm taking a hard stance that no thank you. 1 star, would not buy. There you go.
The judge has heard both the defendant and plaintiff's arguments. And the judge says that the statement is true.
Woo!
Yay.
No, you have misunderstood. Not you're
Oh.
true. I'm saying Dave Matthews is good.
Whoa, no.
No.
Here's my reason. Nothing gets you more pumped to play cornhole and grab life by the visor than Dave Matthews. And for that reason, believe me, I get why people don't like him, but I'm a softie for a saxophone. What can I say?
So listen to John Coltrane, somebody who can actually play a saxophone.
But something is just nice about hearing that. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 me on there, oh yeah. It's just, nothing gets you more excited than that.
You kind of
That's not
sounded
true.
like Hootie and the Blowfish. Just
I mean,
then.
that's kind of, that's
Aren't-
kind of
a little
similar.
more
Aren't they all
Hootie.
the same band? Hootie and the Blowfish, Blues Traveler, Dave Matthews.
I'm super pro Hootie and super pro Blues Traveler.
Well, so that's the reason why I think I have a soft spot for that. And let's be honest, I am a white straight male, so I'm kind of obligated to like it a little bit.
Of a certain age. Yep.
Yep.
Who does like his OxyContin?
That is.
What's
I did play GameCube for a while. Sorry.
One thing is that, so Dave Matthews is from South Africa, which is why I'm imagining he's featured on this episode of People's Court, because he has nothing to do with true crime as far as I know. But
He's also a murderer.
Never play him on the radio here. Never.
Interesting.
Like, it's like they don't rep their own South Africans that have made it big on the world stage. They don't care. It's weird.
So strange.
Yeah.
Well. So far, it's okay that you were in agreement. But Judge Christopher has the final say. So next thing, 2 sports that are popular in South Africa. So you must choose rugby or cricket. Steven, you go first.
This is hard because I'm obsessed with football, which is similar to rugby, but I played baseball growing up, which is similar to cricket. I'm still gonna go rugby, if for no other reason than just look at those men. They're beautiful. They are beautiful human beings, and it's one
At
of
the
those
beginning of the game, and by the end they're all bloody.
Yeah, but it's just like
Yeah,
that's how
they
they
are.
should play football. Maybe we wouldn't have so
All
many
right, Kenyon.
concussions.
I'm an
She does true
Outlander
crime.
fan, which kind of feels like it aligns with rugby in terms of the like mud and blood and muscle aspect. Yeah.
Kenyon's over here being like, I like a man that's drooling because he doesn't have any more control
Teeth.
over his basic motor skills.
CTE, baby.
I was going to say, but let's be honest. We watch football, Chris, which is way more violent than rugby. Rugby, they've learned how to do it without pads, and they don't get hurt as often.
Oh, wow.
So
All right,
rugby.
so
Well,
the
you can
plaintiff says
probably
rugby.
You can probably guess my answer just from my reaction. But I gotta go with rugby, hands down, mainly because when I was a sophomore in college, we had a housing lottery, and the lower, well, I guess technically the higher number you had, so like if you had number 1, you had the best number. I had number 537 out of a graduating class of 520, so I don't know how that happened. I literally had beyond the worst possible number. And so, I was trying to figure out, this was my freshman year going into my sophomore year, and I was trying to figure out like where I was going to live that wasn't like a tent on the field. And so a friend of mine played women's rugby, and she said the men's senior rugby team was looking for roommates who were willing to share a room, because they were in a suite that had a bunch of single rooms for all of them, and then they had one double room, and so they needed some underclassmen to take the double room. And so she and I went for it. So it was me and my friend, and we lived with the men's rugby team sophomore year of college, and it was honestly the best semester of my life. It was so much fun. It was so filthy and stinky and dirty, but it was really fun. We basically inherited 12 big brothers, and we had, well, this is going too far. People are going to judge me. We had a boxo porn in the living room.
You do what you got to.
It was a giant cardboard box filled with VHS porn tapes.
VHS, wow.
VHS. I'm not that
I
old.
did.
It was that the person that one of these rugby players worked with in his summer job was upgrading his porn collection to DVD. And so he was giving away all his VHS porn tapes
Were
for
you
free.
indeed living in a scene from the 40-Year-Old Virgin? Because
Yes.
I do believe that is a scene from that movie.
1,000%.
Question.
Yeah.
How much Dave Matthews Band was playing constantly
No.
in the living room?
That's a really good question. We somehow avoided it. I don't know how. But
Interesting.
there was a lot of just like bourbon, and there was like Beer Mountain, where we had to save all of our boxes of not Castle Light, that's South African, goddammit, Keystone. We had to save all the boxes of Keystone, and then there was a mountain in the living room. It was disgusting. It was totally filthy. But I had so much fun. It was great. I love those
Kenyon,
rugby boys.
I like how you had a more stereotypical male college experience than either me or Steven did.
Yes.
So both the plaintiff and the defendant has gone with rugby. And the court rules with cricket.
No! We're failing! Steven!
Not only is it enjoyable to watch, any sport that has the following words will always be superior. Dibbly-dobbly. Googly. Wicket. Duckworth Lewis. A cow shot. And a donkey drop.
Are those real?
All of those are actual terms. used in cricket.
Dibbly-dobbly? That's not a
Dibbly-dobbly.
Harry Potter word.
It is not. Believe it or not, it's not one of the house elves. The house elf that got hit a few times in the head and has CTE for playing rugby. Hello there, my name's Dibbly Dobbly.
Do you have a sock for me?
It's just like, it's like, Dibbly Dobbly, will you please clean up after me? And he just like takes a sock and eats it by mistake.
He's just mopping the
No,
ceiling.
Dibbly Dobbly. It's like, what are you doing?
Dibbly Dobbly, not again. Oh, you scamp.
Oh my gosh. Dibbly Dobbly needs to be a house elf. I love it.
That's going to be your next podcast.
Oh my
It's the
gosh.
Diary of Dibbly Dobbly.
I would
Dibbly
listen to
Dobbly
that
just
podcast
did a donkey
again.
drop. And made a googly right on the wicket. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. Anything that has those words, I think you can understand.
All right.
It has to win. I mean,
Fair
I don't
enough.
care how attractive and
Rugby has
bloody
hooker.
those thighs are, but they have one. But do they have Dibbly Dobbly?
They don't have. As far as I know, they don't have Dibbly Dobbly, and that is amazing.
good. I'm glad
Although,
that-
if you're
yes.
Arrested Development fans, I went to a rugby game here. It was like one tier below professional rugby. Our friend was playing in it here in South Africa, and they had to pause the game due to bees.
Everyone, stop what you're doing because of bees.
There are bees. There was a swarm of bees on the field, and we had to pause the game for like 2 hours until the
That
bees
sounds like a
decided
more
to,
enjoyable way to play rugby. I mean, it's just like bees are
They
chasing them the
hustled.
whole time. Interesting. Wow. How about
Yeah.
that?
There you
They
go.
should have just done a donkey drop onto the bees, and they would have been fine.
Just whack them
Take
with
a lesson
wicket.
from cricket rugby. All right. So far, you're not so much doing so well on the court, but it's all right. We can turn it around. 2 things that South Africa has are lions or elephants. We'll start with the defendant, Kenyon.
Oh, okay. This is a really hard one. This is really tough. I think very narrowly I'm going to go with lions. I'm a Leo. So there's that kind of astrological affinity. And also, if you've been on a safari and you're driving, the bigger threat to you if you're on a self-drive safari is definitely an elephant. Although they are majestic and beautiful and wise and all that stuff, they can really mess up your car. Whereas a lion, if your doors are locked, there's not that much they can do to get in there, right? So I'm going to go with a lion. Also,
Okay.
the elephant is a Republican symbol, and I know this isn't a political podcast, but I'm a political person, and you can draw your own conclusions.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, Steven, wait, what are you? The plaintiff.
Plaintiff.
Do you say lion or do you say elephant?
Did you pick this knowing all of my Africa stories?
No, mainly just, it was more just
Okay.
2 common animals from South
One of
Africa.
these days,
I
we
promise
really
I didn't
do
think
need
that
to-
hard about it.
Maybe a bonus episode. One of these days, we really do need to just have a topic of Steven's time in Africa. Because I
Yes.
lived a movie. These are both animals that I have been charged at by.
So,
Oh my God.
And so,
no.
which one scared me more?
that
Lion.
wasn't the question. It
Oh.
was just, which is better, lions or
Well,
elephants?
he's coming up with his own rubric.
Yeah, I'm going through
Okay.
my head. The elephants were merciful and steered off in another direction as we got in the van to quickly drive away. But I'm going to pick elephants on this one.
Wow.
Because you know what? I'm down with the elephant. They are the only other animal that ferments their own alcohol, which I think is real cool. And they also mourn their dead. Like, so like they have deep feelings and stuff. It's like, I can get behind
really
that.
Sweet.
Plus, the elephant from Tarzan, that baby elephant, is adorable. So, yeah.
Solid points. All solid points.
Finally, the first time there's been a division between
He
the
will
way a
ruin your
plaintiff
favor,
and defendant are supposed to technically act. The court says, elephants!
Oh! I am 0
It's
for
simple.
3.
It's simple. They're roly-poly babies that shoot water from their nose, so of course the court is going to side with elephants.
They're really cute.
That's all that it came down to. If they can shoot water out of their spout at you, then I approve. So it's all right. So
They
right
are
now,
super cute. I'll
there
give you
is an
that.
advantage for Stephen,
right.
but there's 2 more. Do not worry. And this is going to be a little bit more in your wheelhouse, so don't you worry. Now we're going into actual true crime.
Ooh.
Kenyon, in a recent episode, you discussed crimes that were solved by psychics. With that
A
in mind,
very recent episode.
yes. With that in
Very
mind,
controversial episode.
the court asked, true or false, going to a psychic would be an enjoyable thing to do.
I've done it, so I'm going to say true. Because I've had one very good experience going to a psychic when I was 12. I think I mentioned it on the episode. It might have been cut out. But went to a psychic when I was 12. My godmother brought me to her. She was in Minnesota. And she predicted that I would go to college on the East Coast. She predicted who my aunt would marry and how many kids she would have. She predicted who I would marry. I mean, she really, nailed it. And I have a cassette tape of the session.
Whoa.
And, next time I'm in Minnesota, if I have a little bit of disposable income, I think I'm going to try to go see her again and just be like, all right, hit me with the next 20 years. What's going on?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
The plaintiff. True or false? Going to a psychic would be an enjoyable thing to do.
No, I think it would absolutely be an enjoyable thing to do. Because if for no other reason, I'm not sure where I fall on, what do I believe as far as that? Because I feel like there are people out there who are, legit, and then there are people out there who are just, in it trying to make some money. And I don't know. I think regardless, I would kind of hope I go to a bad psychic because the experience, oh dear God, the experience and the stories I could tell would be amazing. I'm also hoping that fortune cookies mean something because I got a fortune cookie. We're going to Florida for that con. I got a fortune cookie that said, soon you will travel and come into a fortune. So,
Hell yeah.
Chris, we gotta find our fortune while we're in Florida. So I think it's cool. I think
Are
it'd
there
be fun.
casinos in Florida?
The thing
I don't
is,
think so.
the thing is, when you go to Florida, you cannot go to a Chinese restaurant because then that will be your fortune. Do you see what I'm saying? When you
That's
go
gonna
to
be
Florida,
hard for me and Chris.
you don't want to waste the fortune on a fortune cookie.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Right.
So both of you say true. It would be enjoyable. It would be an enjoyable thing to do.
Yep.
The court has heard both of your arguments, and the court says, false! Here's my reason. Here's my reason. By the letter of the law, it said would be an enjoyable thing to do. And I would say, nope, I don't need anything else to get anxious about, so get out of my head, you devil. I'm already nervous as is. Don't tell me more things that I can get scared about.
I hate you because I just spilled water all over myself when you said get out of
guess
my
what?
head, you devil.
The psychic would have known you were going to spill water on you. And the last thing I need is for you to tell me horrible things about ooh, I got a card and now I'm nervous. And it's well, damn, now I'm going to be thinking about that for the next 3 months. So that's the last thing that I need right now. And by the letter of the law, if I was at a different place, maybe it could be enjoyable. But currently, I'm far too anxious to be able to. Well, okay, I will say this. I would go if it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying?
If you were an observer.
Yeah, if I was an observer, I would totally do it because I was into the Long Island Medium show, all those shows that. Just I was so into those type of shows and still am. But it's more of just I could only observe, because if they actually did me, I would flip out. There'd just be too many emotions going around. So, yes, I'm sorry. So far, neither of you are doing that great when it comes to understanding.
I hate you so much. I'm
what the
not
court is
doing
gonna
well because I've literally had to halfway pull down my pajama pants so that I'm not sitting in damp, gross pants
I am so
right
sweaty,
now.
you guys. I'm so
sweaty. The court
sweaty.
finds you in contempt, Stephen. That is super disgusting.
My swoob is real bad.
No one needs to see your dibbly-dobbly, Stephen.
Keep your dibbly-dobbly under the wicket, Stephen.
I'm sorry.
I don't want a donkey drop to happen with your dibbly-dobbly.
She had wine in her mouth, Chris. That was rude.
Okay, here we go. So final one.
Okay. Worth all the points.
This is another, this is actually more of a true crime actual question. So,
Ted Bundy
what would be worse?
Hot or not? No, I'm kidding.
What
Super
would be
hot.
worse? Are
Yeah.
you ready? A serial killer grandma or a baby hitman? Plaintiff Stephen, you start.
Worse?
Worse. What would
Serial
be worse?
killer grandma. Because that's not interesting, and that's why it would be worse. Baby hitman, on the other hand, sounds adorable. I'm picturing like a tiny little like suit and fedora, and like he's carrying a briefcase with like something to inject you with. Like it's very cute, baby hitman. Because that's how he gets in. He wears his little onesies, and he's adorable, and then all of a sudden, he's got you. So I think that worse would be grandma serial killer, because I'm just not as interested.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
What would be worse?
We are on opposite sides of this issue, Stephen.
You don't like baby hitman?
Baby Hitman, here's the thing. My cases on Wine and Crime are always extra long, and I get teased about it because I like to go into the background of the individual and like to see, their origin story. So with a baby, you don't really get much, right? But with a serial killer grandma, you get to see all the like dirty laundry from the past, 70 years, what made her this way. And there actually are some real life serial killer grandmas, and we're definitely going to do an episode on that someday. So I'm gonna go with a realistic choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so here's what I have to figure out as the judge. What's interesting is you both interpreted it the opposite of how I intended.
Ooh.
And in the process, you both you said which one was worse because you think the more enjoyable one is this. So what I'm gonna go with, or what I'm gonna go with,
psychopaths.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna go with is, if you're okay with this, is the thing that you said is more enjoyable. Is that fine?
Okay.
Or no?
Sure, baby hitman. Yeah.
Yeah. Just since that seemed to be the gist of your argument, and for me, the one that I selected was Killer Grandma. So guess what? Just
We
like
tie.
that. Just like that, Kenyon comes back. And here's my reason why. A baby hitman, as it approaches, well, one, it's a baby, so it's going to approach slowly. And you're going to be excited by it. You're going to be like, oh, look at the little baby and the little suit. And what's that syringe doing in your hand, little baby? It's going to be an enjoyable experience before you die. A killer grandma, however, is going to make you uncomfortable before they kill you. Probably by saying some really inappropriate racist things. Then they're going to want to kiss you, pinch you on the cheek, say, that's what she's doing right now. She's going for the kiss is what Kenyon's doing. They're going to make you
I've
uncomfortable.
been very close to Kenyon's lips now, guys.
They're going to make you uncomfortable before they kill you. And then you're going to be uncomfortable because you were killed. So because of that, yes, I have to go with Killer Grandma. So with that, the decision is in. The court didn't really get a rule in favor of one or the other because you tied. So Judge Christopher wins. The victory
We're both
goes
in
to me.
contempt.
The victory goes to me. And until next time, this has been the People's Court. Boom.
Man, you
All
never
right.
got to that sick bongo part where they lay down the bongo solo. I can't do it that fast.
You just made it very like I Love Lucy. Hey, people scored! Wait, that was I don't know what the voice that was. Whatever, we'll just keep
but
going.
I like it. I'm 2 glasses
All right.
of wine in. I like it.
This is time. It's time for games. And Chris usually does the games, but Chris left me in charge of the games this week, y'all.
Yeah, I'm
And,
gonna I get to enjoy the experience.
I want to do this game already many, many more times because there's so much good material on it on the internet. So basically, like all my games, it is is it real or is it not real type of thing because I'm me and I'm not that original. And so what I've done, I'm calling this game Sales Fails. And what I've done is I've found really unfortunate slogans for companies. And I've also made up really unfortunate slogans for companies. And you're going to have to tell me which one is real. You're going to buzz in and tell me which one is real. And then
What's your
you get it
buzz-in
wrong.
sound gonna be?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to do a childlike butthole. Not doing it.
Well, that one, Chris, what do you think? What's a good buzz-in sound?
A sales. Can we say dibbly dobbly?
Yeah.
Dibbly dobbly. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
You can.
Perfect.
You can indeed say dibbly dobbly. Just any cricket term.
okay. Donkey drop.
Wicket.
Cow shot.
Wicket.
Duckworth Lewis.
Wicket is
Sweater.
the shortest. You might have.
Sweater vest.
Yeah. Bat. Helmet. Sand. Sorry.
India. Pakistan. Conflict. What?
What?
we moved somewhere into a different area. This is
Anyway.
the CNN game.
Yeah. So if you get it wrong, it's okay because you still get a chance to tell me what the company is for the correct slogan.
Perfect.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
But the other person's going to get that shot first. It's basically played the same way as Tat-U, for those of you who have listened. But instead of tattoos, it's unfortunate slogans.
That's not how it's pronounced. Can you say the correct pronunciation of the name you're referring to?
Tat-Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so here's the first one. Is the real slogan, "Your hole is our goal," or "Kissing is just the beginning"?
Dibbly dobbly.
Chris.
The whole one, please.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh, no.
Their hole is my goal.
I need to get a pen to keep score.
So, okay,
no.
your hole is
Is
it
our
my
goal.
goal or our goal?
Your
Our
hole
goal.
is our goal.
Is our goal.
And so I'm going to need to know, Chris, since you got it right, you got a point. I'm going to write this down real fast.
Okay.
What
can
do
I,
you think?
Can I dibbly dobbly the company?
No.
Okay,
He got
okay,
it right.
good.
He gets first shot, but you
Okay.
can steal it if he gets it wrong. Hold on. Okay, so
Your
Chris,
hole is our goal.
you've already got 1 point. There's 8 of these though, so there's a good chance to come
Oh
back.
my gosh.
What kind of
there
company
are
do you
so
think
many
this
different
is?
directions I could go with this. I'm going to go with they're like a ditch company, like a landscaping company.
No. That is incorrect. Sorry.
Okay. Do I have to name
Kenyon.
the exact name of the company, or can I?
No. You
Okay.
can just
Just a
come up with
genre.
the type of
I'm gonna-
company it is.
I'm gonna go with golf.
Ooh, no.
I
though.
thought
You
about
both
that.
got it wrong.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
going to go with that originally. What
Chris
what
was
is it?
closer. It's a drilling company.
Oh, well, there
Gosh.
you have it.
Yes. So Chris is up by 1, but like I said, there's 8 of these, and you got plenty of time to come back. My favorite
No.
thing is going to be
I don't think
y'all
I've ever
trying.
won a game.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
haven't.
have the worst overall score of any guest.
It's okay.
You'd be surprised. I'm really excited because my favorite part is trying to figure out, or trying to get y'all to figure out what is real and what is not.
Yeah.
But also, what kind of companies are these?
What the hell's wrong with
Okay.
you?
All right. So number 2, imagine more snacks than you can imagine, or where the smells never stop. Tell grandma.
Oh, gosh.
Dibbly dobbly.
Kenyon.
Where the smells never stop. Because I don't know how you could have come up with that on your own.
No, I did come up with that on my own.
Whoa!
You got it
I was going to guess that one
incorrect.
too.
It is imagine more snacks than you can imagine. Chris, you have the first chance to steal this and get a point by telling me, what kind of company is this?
Don't say snacks.
I feel like
It's not a snack company.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine more snacks than you can imagine. I'm gonna say, like, some type of weight loss company. Like,
That is
you know what I'm saying, a
incorrect.
diet. Ah, man.
Okay,
Kenyon.
I'm going to say it's an airline, a budget airline.
Oh, that's
that is-
smart.
That is also incorrect.
What is
I'm
it?
sorry. It is a gas station, convenience store.
Oh, okay.
Really?
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So no one gets a
That
point
makes
on
sense.
that one.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of this store that was in my small town growing up called Simply Nuts and More.
Mmm. It's simply nuts, but there's also more, so it's
And
not so
more.
simple.
It's like, which
I mean-
is it, you guys? Is
It's
it
okay.
Simply Nuts?
Simply
I
more
already-
nuts.
I did tell Chris one slogan that I'm not going to use in the future because I've already told him, and I almost used it for this one, but I left it out. One of the slogans that I didn't use was for a nut company, and the slogan was, I don't get paid till my nuts are in your mouth.
All right.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
When I taught sailing, I did scream to many children, don't get off until you think it's coming on your face.
Oh my god.
And what I meant was when a small sailboat
What
like a
word?
420.
What did you mean?
Okay, so when you're sailing a small two-person boat like a 420, it capsizes, and then when it capsizes, you have to get on this thing called the centerboard, which is like the sticky-outy thing that's normally straight down in the water, but when it capsizes, it's parallel to the water, and you have to get on it. And you have to use your body weight to right the boat slowly. And these kids would get on, but they weighed like 35 pounds. And then they would, get off the centerboard before the boat was fully righted, and then it would just go right back to the capsized position. So I was trying to say, don't get off the centerboard until you think the hull of the sailboat is going to hit you in the face. Because it's righting itself, right? But what I screamed in front of Lucy and my boss was, don't get off until you think it's coming on your face.
Okay, I have a second question.
Okay.
You said this is a two-person boat.
Yeah.
Why are there multiple children and you on a two-person boat?
No, we're not on the boat. We're on a little, flotation boat.
Oh, I thought
like
it
a
was
little
just you and a bunch of
Zodiac.
kids in the ocean. That's why I
No.
was like, no wonder it flipped over.
Number one, super not the ocean. The ocean is terrifying. Minnesota,
Yes,
it was
the
a
ocean is
lake.
terrifying.
The ocean is terrifying.
Okay.
Although we did convince some children that there were freshwater sharks, and then they were terrified of the lake, and it was priceless. Because I'm evil. So we're on a motorized Zodiac. Whatever. Why am I doing so many gestures on a podcast, you guys?
I don't know what those words mean, but I'm interested.
And then the children were on this small two-person sailboat. So it's two 45-pound children trying to steer and navigate a sailboat. And they don't know what they're doing. And so they were constantly capsizing. And then we had to motor over to them and scream instructions. And eventually you just have to, cut out the unnecessary words.
Yeah. Some might say you need to cut them out. Others might say maybe include them in the future.
Others might say, maybe throw them in, just for clarity.
They might be important for context here.
Context is an important thing.
All right. Steven,
right.
Next
right.
Moving
one.
on.
Yep.
Number 3. Which one of these is a real slogan? Is it brings your ancestors back from the dead, or maybe just don't ask about the name?
Oh. Dibbly dobbly?
Chris?
Ancestors?
It is.
Oh, that was a tough one. I could see either
That was a
way.
complete guess. I had no idea.
And you've now revealed my secret. Not all of these are American slogans. This is the translation
Chinese.
in China
Perfect. I like
of
it.
the American slogan for
Ancestry.com.
Pepsi, which is Pepsi makes you come alive.
Oh.
No.
But it translated in China to Pepsi
Interesting.
brings your ancestors back from the dead.
Steven, so I have a question. That means
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to guess what
Yeah.
it is because you just told me,
Dude.
right?
He was too excited. It's
I was
fine.
too excited.
Yeah, well,
we never ever would have guessed that.
we
Ever.
most certainly would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
No,
Pepsi.
It's good.
It's,
we cut to the
it's
chase.
just your ancestors in a drink.
Tomb Sweeping Day is a big deal in China, you guys.
Oh.
I saw another Chinese translation that I didn't use for KFC. Finger licking good.
Oh, good.
Do you happen to know what that translates as?
I don't know.
As good as fingers.
No, eat your fingers off.
I love it.
It's so amazing. Anyway,
KFC
Alright, it's
is
the
called
fourth one then.
Kenduji in China.
Kenduji.
Kenduji. And Kenduji is like way more popular than any other fast food in China. Kenduji. Big deal.
Kenduji.
I could go for some kenduji.
There's a restaurant here that does it's like traditional Chinese bao with like like the little like bread sandwich thing with Kentucky Fried Chicken in the middle.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yo, it is so good.
Why do we live in America where the best thing we can get is like a double down?
It's so good. It's so good. All right.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right.
I would donkey drop that all day long.
I almost lost my wicket over it.
Cricket terms.
All right.
So,
Next
this is number
one.
4. We're halfway through. Is it we can go the longest or are you lactating?
Dibbly doubly. We can go the
Kenyon.
longest.
I'm sorry, you're incorrect.
Yo, 0 for 15? What am
It's
I at
okay.
this point?
So the
God damn
actual
it.
You had
slogan,
one. You've had one.
the actual slogan is "Are you lactating?" I'm gonna need one of you, Chris. You get to go first since
my
you got it
gosh.
wrong. To tell me what kind of company this is.
It can't just be what is expected, right? It's gotta.
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess like Pediasure.
Okay, that is incorrect. Kenyon.
I'm going to go with Honest Company.
So just like natural products. I
Just
get
like
it.
natural baby mom products. No.
Sorry, that is also incorrect.
Super wrong. Okay.
If you tell me it's like freaking Oreos, I'm gonna flip.
This is the translation
Yep.
in Spain for got milk.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody was paid to do that, you guys. Somebody was paid money to translate that so poorly.
Wow, that's amazing. Are you lactating? That makes the ads
It sounded
way
like you were
worse when they
asking
see
me
a
just
popular when they have a popular like celebrity with just the milk mustache. That's super uncomfortable.
Oh no.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, that's it for the translations. I just wanted to do a few.
Okay.
All right, well, I nailed it. Obviously, I was
both did.
amazing.
Well, you've still got 4 chances. You can still
And
come back.
I'm only up by 1, so don't worry.
You're up by 2.
I'm up by 2.
Yeah, you're up by 2.
How?
Damn.
All right. Number 5.
Oh, okay. Well,
Order anything from our menu and we'll step on it. Or we'll even chew it for you.
Dibbly Doubly.
Christopher.
The second one, the chew one.
I'm sorry, Chris. That's incorrect.
Whoa.
Oh, I
It
would have
is
gone with
order
that one
anything
too.
from our menu and we'll step on it. So,
Okay.
Kenyon,
Oh,
you
I
get a
get
chance
it.
to
Like-
steal here.
I get it. I
What kind of company is this?
I'm gonna go with like a pizza delivery company.
That is indeed
Yep.
what it is. You get a
well
point.
done.
Boom.
Yep, I get it.
He's only
Which
up by
one?
1.
Which one?
I don't
Which
know.
one?
I couldn't make out what it was. It was like
Okay.
a local one, it seemed like.
Okay.
But order anything from our menu and we'll step on it, which is a very unfortunate thing.
I've definitely
All right, here we
had
go,
those
guys.
deliveries.
Get ready. The next 3 are... They're something. All right.
right.
Number 6. Which one's real? Is it just look at it for a while, or we do our business in your mouth?
Dibbly dobbly.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the word.
We do our business in your mouth.
That is indeed a real slogan.
That's what I was gonna guess.
And just like that, the game is tied. Kenyon, you have a chance to tell me, what kind of company do you think this is?
I think it is a dental company.
That is exactly what it is. So, Chris, you don't get a chance to steal.
That.
Yes.
I was gonna guess candy. Oh, that makes so much sense.
And Kenyon takes the lead.
Yes.
All right, but there's still
and
two
it will
left.
stay that way.
There's still two left.
Okay.
Sort of in actuality, anyway, I'll explain later.
Okay.
Okay, so number 7. Just kick them until they work. Or I shoot people and pets.
Dibbly dobbly.
Chris.
It's the kick 'em one.
No.
Yes,
Oh,
I shoot people and pets. I'm buzzing in. Wicket.
Oh no.
So you get to, it is I shoot people and pets. Kenyon,
It's
you
a
get a chance to guess
photographer. It is a fucking photographer.
Oh no.
It is a photographer.
I am so I've lost. I can't come back from this.
Okay, here we
I'm
go.
gonna try though.
Last one.
We're so serious.
Is it building better kids, one punch at a time? Or I take a sheet in the pool?
Dibbly dobbly.
Oh gosh.
Sheet in the pool.
Well, here's the thing.
It's both.
They're both correct.
Yes.
But here's where the points come in.
Okay.
If you can tell me, Kenyon, what the one you guessed is, I'm going to give Chris a chance, and then we're going to guess the other one. I take a sheet in the pool.
Oh my god, I
Can
actually
you
know.
guess?
I actually remember this ad campaign. It was like, it wasn't just in the pool. It was like, I take a sheet here, I take a sheet there, right?
I think so. But I take a sheet in the pool is my favorite one.
Yeah. Was it some sort of tax? Like you are filling out your taxes?
No, that'd be amazing, though.
Okay. Damn.
Chris.
I'm gonna go with Is It Sheets?
No.
The popular oh man.
But you'll never guess it. It
is
is
it?
for energy strips that you wear when you exercise.
Oh.
Wow,
Okay.
yeah.
They're called
Definitely
sheets. So I take a sheet in the pool.
Yeah, I never would have
Okay.
guessed that.
All right.
Alright.
And since Kenyon, I'll give you the shot. Actually, Chris, since you're down,
Yeah.
I'll give you the chance. Even though at this point you cannot come back.
Fucking patriarchy.
Well, I just want to give him a shot to overcome you.
It's fine.
But you
Give
are
him a
good.
sheet in the pool. It's fine.
Well done. Well done.
All right, Chris. Building better kids, one punch at a time. What kind of company is that?
One punch at a time. I mean, maybe it's like a boxing company for like trainers or some sort. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna go with karate.
Survey says Kenyon got it. It's karate.
Oh my god.
Yes, I stole with karate. And even though karate, I don't think you're supposed to be punching, but it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh.
So, Kenyon,
Well-
you have won the first edition of Sales Fails.
You
guys,
yeah,
I'm so
You
happy.
destroyed that second half of that game.
Yeah, I came back hard. It was awesome.
And that's Kenyon's new slogan.
new sales slogan. I came hard.
Well, there are actually some.
Like that.
There are some that are even more filthy. I'm not sure I'm ready to get into those yet, but I will get into those eventually.
Next time. All right.
Anyway, well, that's the game. That moves us on to the final segment, which is Kenyon's topic. So, Kenyon, do you want to kind of explain what we're going to talk about a little bit and just dodge some landmines?
I feel like, yeah. Oof. I feel like I'm going to bring us down because those games were so fun.
No.
Excuse
My
me.
top.
You've listened to the last 2 episodes, right? Where we
Yeah.
play fun games and then we talk about my dead father and social
Yeah.
anxiety. So
That's
you're
true.
good.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay. I had a deadbeat father. It's cool. So.
It's cool. That's one way to say it.
All right, my topic that I chose for this episode, and I knew that it was going to be kind of difficult to talk about and full of landmines and maybe controversial, but my topic was, where do you draw that line in comedy? Like, what is okay to joke about? What is never okay to joke about? What is okay to joke about if you're enough of an insider in the group? And when do you know if you're an insider in the group? Blah, blah, blah.
I will say before we get started on this, just a content warning for this conversation. There will probably be mentions of assault and things of that nature and abuse. So...
Well, probably just a wide variety of
triggers.
just
a variety of trigger things.
I mean, this is a conversation about
self-harm, things like that will be part of this conversation. So just a trigger warning for everybody out there, just so you know going into this what kind of conversation will kind of probably veer toward in some ways.
Yeah, and I'm pro trigger warning. We don't trigger warning in the body of our show. We have one blanket trigger warning at the beginning of our show that prefaces our show. But some people are against trigger warnings, whatever. I'm pro. I get it. I understand their usefulness. I have been in positions where I have felt that they would have been useful to me. Like, for example, Downton Abbey. What were you thinking? Why was there a brutal rape scene in Downton Abbey?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like, that is the show that I watched to just chill out and be like, oh my God, he put the wrong fork in the wrong silver dish. Like, why?
Not in the dibbly dobbly.
Yeah. The dibbly dobbly wasn't ironed properly. Like, and there was a brutal rape scene in like season whatever, and it was unfortunate. So I am pro trigger warnings, although we just do one overall overarching one because our show is like rife with them.
Right, and we don't always bring up the stuff. We talk about it openly, but we don't always bring up the stuff, so it's a matter of, like, we just do it when we feel like we need to, if I feel like a topic's going to kind of veer that way. Because, for instance, like, something that triggers me, and I'm better about it now so I can talk about it, it's, like, self-harm because of the whole suicide attempt thing. So, not to belittle that, but it's just part of, we've talked about it before. And so, for me, like, my friends were all texting me because they know that can kind of set off my anxiety and my panic attacks and stuff. And they were like, hey, don't watch 13 Reasons Why on Netflix because they glamorize suicide and they show really graphically somebody killing themselves. And it kind of, my friend who is a mental health professional said it kind of reads like a how-to. And I was like, oh no, like there's no reason to go into that detail on a show that's made for teenagers. You can. It's more powerful if you don't show it.
Yeah, my fiance is a teacher, and they have had to do a lot of work around because he teaches middle school, and they've had to do a lot of work around what is appropriate to glean from 13 Reasons Why, and who can watch it, and who shouldn't watch it, and who should only watch it with parental consent, and
right.
Yeah, it's tricky, that one especially. Yeah.
So. The line in comedy, we were talking about this a little bit, and I think Chris agrees on this front, but you and I agree, there is a line.
Yeah.
Some people do not agree that there's a line. Some people think that the point of comedy is to be able to say anything you want, and you know what, free speech, cool, but to be able to say anything you want, and if it offends somebody, too bad. I think that there is definitely a line. Some things come to mind. I don't appreciate humor about abuse. I don't appreciate rape humor. I don't appreciate anything to do with suicide, jokes about suicide. That's a big one for me personally. Like I get frustrated when people joke so lightheartedly about, well, I'll just kill myself or something like that. Like, and I get it. Sometimes you're just saying things and like it's not even meant to make fun of suicide. It's just like a quick like
idiom
thing that
almost.
People say. Yeah, exactly. But it bothers me that that's become part of the vernacular, I guess. But
I agree that there's a line. I think it's not a straight line. Because I think a lot depends on the audience and on the speaker. there are certain jokes that I could never make, being a white, cis, mostly straight white woman, that other individuals with other experiences could make those jokes, and they could be genuinely funny. But I do think there is a line, and there are definitely certain things that... The issue is that there are certain things where I'm like sitting here and we're being serious, and I can be like, oh, absolutely, I completely agree with you, that's the line. And then in a different context, something could come up and something could sneak in, and in my brain, it could squeak past the line. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely am someone that is guilty of saying, like, oh, if this happens, I will slit my wrists. And that's not a good thing to say. And I understand that that's very triggering for people, including people that are my loved ones.
Right.
But I'm definitely guilty of saying it from time to time.
I think we're all guilty of from time to time saying things and realizing, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Right.
And, people get up in arms a lot. And again, I'm not going to take this political, but people get up in arms about PC and people being too PC and all this stuff. And yes and no. Like, it's one of those things where it's like you have to kind of walk this thin line. Like, us doing comedy, like, we don't joke about things that are clearly you don't joke about. Like, I've never understood why there's humor in things like the Holocaust or things like apartheid. And when I was a middle schooler, did I make Holocaust jokes? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I make terrible, terrible jokes growing up and use offensive language toward groups of people, use words that were supposed to keep them down? Yeah, because I didn't understand, like, for instance, the queer community.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it when I was growing up because I grew up in, and it's not an excuse, but I grew up in a small town in North Carolina where it was like, that was the norm to say that. Yeah, or people with special needs. Like, we used the R word when I was in middle school. And I hope nobody views me differently because I've said it. But it's just, that was kind of the culture of the time. And it's unfortunate. And it's terrible because, again, like you said, I'm a straight, cis, white man. Like, if anybody's got privilege, it's me. And so I can't make the same jokes as, let's say, a Dave Chappelle or an Ali Wong or a Trevor Noah or an Amy Schumer, or, like, I don't understand the struggles of other groups. And so I can't make those jokes. Like, I can't, in my head, it's just not right because I don't, well, there are certain things that clearly aren't right because if I said it, it would be racist. Whereas, like, when other comedians say it who are people of color and stuff, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, that humor for them is fine. They're not crossing a line because they've lived it. Whereas if any of the three of us were to say it, and I'm not saying we want to, I'm just saying if any of the three of us were to make the same joke or even repeat, like a Chappelle or a Chris Rock bit specifically, they're always very, like, their use of language that from us would be racist, like the N-word and things like that, is very different than most comedians. They're so comfortable. If we were to say that, oh God, like,
no,
that's terrible.
No.
And that is over the line. But there is this line that I feel like both of us, well, all three of us, but both of our shows being comedy shows that also deal with, like, heavier topics. There's a line, and it's kind of tough to walk because
it's very hard. Yeah.
I'm sure we've offended people in ways we never intend to, and we go out of our way to try to be not offensive. But everything you say at some point is probably going to offend someone.
Sometimes I kind of feel like it's a woke off.
I understand that.
Like, we get some feedback from listeners, and we're so appreciative of anyone who listens, but we get some feedback that's just, like, a little bit like, really? Like, you were cool with us making fun of X group and Y group all in good fun, but still, making jokes about X group and Y group and Z group. But as soon as we get to a group that touches on your personal experience, it's too far. We've crossed a line.
Right. Like, Chris's. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, some of it's even geographical. where like that's not, necessarily racist or anything, but if it's like they're cool with us making fun of Florida and everybody's clamoring for a funny crimes out of Florida episode, making fun of Florida, but if we make fun of somebody in Ohio, we're going to hear about it, kind of thing. And it's just like, first of all, I don't think you get the woke points if you're cool with us making fun of a different state but not your state, or if you're cool with us making fun of this hair color but not your hair color. And obviously within that there is a line that should be respected, like, for example, skin color. That should be respected, I think, because there's so much societal discrimination that is tied to that is relevant and real. But there are other things where it's like, really? Like, it's comedy.
Well, Chris's famed character, Carl the Chimney Sweep, is got a stereotypical Cockney accent.
Yeah.
No one's gotten upset about the Cockney accent. But there are regions that if we were to do an accent there, it would be considered offensive, which, I kind of get, but at the same time, it's like, well, why isn't Carl's British accent offensive? Because I think people have to understand there's no offense meant.
Right.
Like, we are not here to try to offend and push the envelope and be different. We just like to make the silly Cockney accent for Carl the Chimney Sweep, because in my head it's just Bert from Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
So he
1,000%.
just does that voice, and I've never gotten any feedback of like, that's offensive, you're doing a terrible thing, and like so like for me, I'm like, cool, that's fair game, like, because we're not being like, this is how all British people sound, because I know plenty of British people and they don't sound like that.
Because we're evolved humans, and we know that's not how all British people sound. And even if, like, we did an Italian accent on a recent episode and we got a lot of flack for it, and it was a stereotypical bad Italian accent. But at the same time, it's like, you didn't get upset when we did stereotypical Aussie, when we did stereotypical British, when we did stereotypical Canadian, when we did stereotypical Minnesotan, when we did, just like run down the list. But suddenly we touch on something that is your ethnicity or your background, and it's too far. And it's hard, it's hard to navigate.
Right, because you don't want to offend anyone.
No.
But I listen to your show, like I've told you, religiously, and like so I know what you're talking about, and I've heard that episode a few times, and I was not offended in any way, and I have Italian like blood in me, and like no part of me was like, that's offensive. It's like if people do a Greek accent, I'm usually laughing along with them,
right?
Because Greek accents are ridiculous. My great uncle, I do his accent all the time because he's got a hilarious, like, stereotypical, like, strong Greek accent. And so, like, we joke about it in our family, and we joke about it outside of our family with my friends. And I don't get offended when people make Greek comments or make or say something in a stereotypical Mediterranean accent, because I'm like, I have Greek blood, I have Irish blood, I have mostly Greek, but Irish blood, Italian blood, German blood. So like, go for it. Like, fair game. Like I'm not offended by an accent that is a stereotype, but I mean, I grew up in the South. You want to talk about how often people make fun of our accents?
Right.
Like, but
Fargo.
There's a connotation. Fargo. There you go. But the connotation with your accent isn't, at least for us, I don't view like Minnesotan and like that northern kind of North Midwest, I guess, is that kind of the best way to put that region? I don't view like the Great Lakes region as like having any connotation with that accent. Whereas like in the South, like people assume that we're stupid because we have a drawl.
I think if you want to find offense in certain things, you can absolutely find offense. Like there are definitely people that take offense to the Minnesotan accent and are like, we don't sound like that. Meh. And we just embrace it because, first of all, some of our loved ones absolutely sound like that, of a different generation. And two, like, I don't know, it's familiar, it's nice, it's funny, we embrace it. Like, we embrace our own flaws, our own foibles. And this is one of them. You know, like when I get drunk or when I get off the phone with my mother, I absolutely sound like that.
Mm-hmm. When I go to visit my mom, she's living with my grandmother now. And when I go down there to visit them, like, it comes out. And my wife looks at me like, who are
what?
you?
Yeah.
Because, like, my southern accent will just come out and I'll be like, well, you can't do that. And she's like, did you say can't? Like, don't you mean can't? And I'm like, no, you can't. And she's just like, oh, you've got to stop. Or, like, I say things like, used to could. Like, hey, can
Post
you...
to keep.
What?
There's this music video on YouTube from Detroit, and they talk about supposed to keep, but they call it post to keep.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, ours is
fine.
Used to could, which really it should be used to be able to. But like, are people like, oh, can you do this? And I'm like, oh, I used to could.
Yeah.
And like, I get a lot of flack for that, but I don't take offense because I'm like, well, it's how I talk. Like,
yeah,
I've got an accent. Like, even right now, I can feel it coming out because we're talking about it.
right.
Every region's different, and I make fun of my own accent. I make fun of Chris's accent. Because Chris has a little bit of a stronger accent than me. It's not like terribly stronger. So Chris, you've been quiet.
Yeah, I think I've just been mostly listening and observing. Here's the thing about comedy to me that is interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and some of this has to do with, you know, Steven, you and I have conversations, and we also have very different taste in comedy sometimes. Not all the time. Some it's spot on, and sometimes there's different types of things that we like. And
I like vulgar humor.
Yeah, and I think for me it's interesting. I have recently listened to or watched a few episodes on Netflix from the comedians in cars getting coffee thing.
Right.
And a lot of it is Seinfeld just having conversations with other comedians, and a lot of times they end up kind of talking about this topic. And it's interesting because sometimes I agree and sometimes I don't. And I think the reason why I've tried to figure out why is it sometimes I agree with what he's saying and sometimes I don't. And I think it has to do with the word comedy is a very broad word that we mean different things by. Because there's professional comedy and then there's just more just humor in our everyday life. And I think there's also different motives of what comedy is used for. There's the motive where it's to spread awareness, and it helps shape and help us grow as a as a culture. I mean, you look at certain more risque, sometimes political comedy, and it helps kind of call attention to things that we kind of that helps us grow as people. So there's that type of comedy. There's the type of comedy that I think is more like universally known as just being enjoyable by all or most. That's the Disney comedies, or even, I mean, the comedians like Ellen DeGeneres, who just, the comedy for her purpose is to just bring universal joy, you know, and it's something that can be received by all ages. And then there's different comedies in between, you know, a lot of the, I think a big one, and where it usually gets into where this line is the comedy that is done for the sole purpose of shock and awe, you know, which I think
Anthony Jeselnik's, your Daniel Tosh, guys like that.
Yeah, and I think that it's difficult for me. I know I'm getting almost very philosophical about the idea of comedy in general, but I've reflected a lot about this being a comedy show, and at the end of the day, it's hard where people want you to entertain them. And they want to laugh, and people want to be stretched almost, and laughing at people like the shock and awe factor to some degree, because they're able to laugh and be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is taboo that we get to laugh about this. And so they want us to provide them humor, but also something that Seinfeld and Steve Harvey were talking about is sometimes the line is found when you make a joke and then the audience goes silent. and you know what I'm saying? And they tell you for you, what was that line? And so for me, I think I agree with you, Kenyon, that it's not like a flat line. It's constantly moving. And and I also agree that everyone is able to do different types of humor, but I think that's kind of the point. It's we're able to all, like, one person cannot provide the same type of comedy. It's the human experience is able to provide different types that help us understand each other better. And so I personally tend to go more to the universal joy. I think everyone just has their own things they have to stand by. I try and prevent any type of humor personally that is going to be at cost of anyone else. So, and that's not just the things you might think of as dealing with race or sexuality or intelligence or things like that. It's even more just simple things of I would rather the butt of the joke be about me or the butt of the joke to be about a shared human funny thing than about making you the butt of the joke, because then at least for me it goes from I'm making us laugh to I'm making everyone else laugh by saying that you're an ass. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes me feel very much like the old school middle school days where it's in the cafeteria and I have to join on to the joke at that person is their expense to be able to make everyone else laugh. And so for me, that's where my line is. But I think it's something that's different for everyone. And I think that there's got to be different people are able to bring different things to help make comedy as full as it is, So, yeah, right. That's all I would contribute to that.
And I think with y'all doing true crime, there's definitely a leaning toward making fun of not the victims.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever listened to your show and felt like you were victim blaming.
Yeah, we try really hard not to. I mean, also we just don't tend to feel the victims are ever to blame, Right. But yeah, we try, but then in making fun of the perpetrators, sometimes you will hit on something that a listener identifies with, and that happens a lot. And so sometimes in my head I'm like, okay, we worked this hard to build up this following, and we're just going to chip away at it each week, making fun of a new thing that people love and identify with. And so 1 week it was coconut liqueur water, and we got a lot of people, the three of us. I've never even tried it, if I'm being fully honest, but Amanda and Lucy had strong opinions about it, and it was funny in the moment to go along with it. And then we got a lot of listeners being like, I love coconut liqueur. And it's like, okay, oh, great, fine.
Yeah. Well, and also that's part of what makes comedy good. I mean, we just literally did a People's Court where both of you said Dave Matthews is disgusting, right? And we in the moment disagreed, and it was also funny to disagree. I think that's aspect of comedy too. That it's just what makes it so much harder is when it goes from professional comedy to just being funny. I think the line, at least for me personally, I think the line is a little bit stronger sometimes when it's just a personal thing. If you make a joke and it's super, super at the expense just to another person right beside you, then you're just a douchebag,
Oh, yeah.
If what I do with you.
Maybe.
You guys are friends.
Maybe I'm being passive aggressive. That's what I'm doing.
I got ripped on for having shingles by my two best friends, so I feel like once you're in that friend area, everything's game.
Agreed. But I think it's just something where it's difficult to where when you're doing it for entertainment, people are asking and requiring you to more and more and more, and then that's what's hard about comedy too. It's that line of it's great when you get a laugh, but it also sucks where sometimes you have to be reminded of, oh wait, I'm making people laugh, but I got to remember who I am in the process. It's just it's a hard thing to figure out.
And we're in a weird space where we're not professional comedians by any means at all, but yet there are strangers who listen to us, and so it's like
we're amateur professional-ish.
Yeah, we're super amateur, but there are strangers listening to us, and so we're not. This isn't this is all off the cuff. And we're drunk on our show, and so there's no workshopping. There's no thinking beforehand, like, oh, is this the line? Is this not the line? That is all like a split-second process in our brains. Yes, we do some minor editing before the show airs, but, really not much. And so it's just like a split-second process where I feel like some professional comedians have, years to hone their act before they take it really big. Yeah. And they have those moments where, like, the audience is not feeling it, and they're like, okay, that doesn't work, scratch that. We don't have that luxury. Like, we're just kind of going.
Yeah. Right. And I think for me, and this last thing I'll say just off of that is we're in the same situation. We're doing things on a weekly basis. We're not really getting a chance to do too much planning with our jokes. So sometimes, sometimes I can spend 5 minutes coming up with a Probably Brothers pun, but then from there, whatever jokes or puns come out just kind of happen. And so some are going to bomb and some are, and I think it's like, for me, the difference with comedy is if you do cross that line, are you humble enough to be able to say, oh, damn, that was not my intention, and thank you for that accountability, and now we'll just keep moving on. It's like if you're able to acknowledge it and move on, then I think that it just really just kind of depends. And I think really we get into what you said earlier, Stephen, is we're getting to more and more of an extremist culture to where everyone's kind of looking for a fight to some degree. And I include myself in that, so which is making it harder and harder to find the line because that line is getting smaller.
Right. And it's just, and this is the last thing I'll say because I know we got to wrap it up. Just to speak to the mental health aspect of it, I understand like exactly what you said. I resonate with that so much because while you were gone, peek behind the curtain, Kenyon stepped away for a second to get more wine.
Of course.
But while you were gone, I was literally talking to Chris, and I was like, have I said anything offensive? Do you think people are going to... I'm always so worried about chipping away at that audience. When you said that, I resonated with that so much because I'm constantly worried that we're going to say one thing, and people are going to be like, you know what? Fuck you guys, I'm going home. And like, just leave. And then we'll just be talking to internet space. And like, that's my biggest worry all the time. So I get so hesitant that sometimes I'm scared to make a comment or be myself or things like that. And I'm overcoming that and I'm becoming more comfortable. But I understand that anxiety of like, what if, I say that, for instance, last week, snowmen, I don't care. What if somebody gets really mad about snowmen? Or what if somebody gets really up in arms about... It does. Like, what if somebody gets really up in arms about the fact that when I casted Parks and Rec, or I recasted it with other actors, this was probably 5 months ago, we recast the cast, and I said that I didn't like one of the characters or something. I don't remember who it was, but I said I didn't like a character at all. And I got some flack for that, and I'm like, it's joking.
It's an opinion.
Like,
and like half of the stuff that we say isn't even really how we feel fully, or we're taking more of like an extreme position than like,
right.
I mean, we make fun of on our show of red Mini Coopers. I have nothing against Mini Coopers. Like, they're a great vehicle, but we got so much flack for it. And so now my like rebellious side wants to just kind of twist that knife and be like, you know what? Screw Mini Coopers. Like,
I hope they burn.
Yeah, exactly. But I
hate minis.
I mean, there are some serious things. Like, we have gotten feedback on our show of us making fat-phobic comments, which I feel were valid criticisms. And I've responded saying, you know what, like, this is a valid criticism. You're completely right. I think that it happened for this reason and this reason, not to excuse it, and we're going to try to do better in the future. And those reasons were like, all three of us, me, Lucy, and Amanda, none of us are particularly petite. And so we kind of felt like we were on the inside of some of those jokes, and we had the right to make those jokes because we felt like we were on the inside. But turns out you're not always on the inside as much as you think you are of certain communities. And also that isn't a good enough excuse if you're gonna make a certain kind of joke. So I realized that. So yeah, I feel like some of those criticisms are valid. At the same time, like it happens. We're not malicious. Like we're just flying off the cuff, and sometimes editing out those bad jokes is really difficult to do because you're gonna notice a huge blip, and then we're gonna get 50 emails about why was there this blip. You know, like right. You can't win, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. And that's what makes comedy both amazing and so hard.
This has been an insight, I think, for a lot of people into the world of podcasting and some of the stress factors that do come with that, because I absolutely love doing this. This is my job, even though it doesn't pay. I spend 30, 40 hours a week doing this and working on this show and reaching out to people and being a brand ambassador and like everything. And so I sit there and I look and I go, this is my baby. This is Chris's baby. Like, this is what I basically do for a living, but without the living.
I get that.
But like, yeah. And so it's just like, I mean, which is not to say thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon. Y'all are amazing, but it's just not to a point where it's sustaining me yet. And so like, but this is what I do. Like, this is what I love. And there are anxieties that come with it, just like any job. And it's just navigating the minefield that can be being in the public eye. And it's hard. It's really hard. So I feel like, we've kind of given people a little bit of an insight into what that's like, because we're good people, I swear.
It's hard. I know. It's hard. And like, sometimes if you're going to write a nasty email to a creator, like, maybe just pause or like consider your language. You know, like it's fair to have criticisms. I have plenty of criticisms of the podcasts that I listen to religiously. You know, they're big podcasts that I absolutely love, and there are certain things that have hit me that have been like,
And be honest and loving. Like, when we got and talk to people face to face. When we got on this call, Kenyon listed 15 things she hated about the episode she's heard of our show. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The moral of the story is don't be a dibbly-dobbly.
Don't be a dibbly-dobbly.
Just, like, get your wicked in line and, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you are, we'll donkey drop you.
Yeah, we will donkey drop you so fast. Just remember, we're people. We have feelings and we love you. Anyway,
Yep.
Now that we've all gotten a little...
That was good therapy.
A little intimate. I know, right? We will wind it down. So if you'd like to send us a topic for discussion or a mental health check-in, or you have anything else on your mind, I'll remind you, like I do every episode, we are not mental health professionals. And if you need to seek mental health,
help.
Or mental... Yeah, help. That's good. That's the word. It's still early to me. If you need to seek help, please do so. There's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which is not just something you call if you're suicidal. You can call and they will just talk to you if you just need to talk. And there's a million different places that you can reach out to professionals. But if you just want to get something off your chest and just want to talk to somebody, feel free to reach out. We are always more than happy to read emails and respond to them and talk. So you can do that, and you can email that to us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com.
If you want to, you can also reach out to us because we are on social media. You can follow us over on Twitter at isthisunderscoreadulting. You can find us on our Facebook page, or even more to be able to kind of be involved in our community, join the Best Friends group. It's called Is This Adulting Best Friends? It's a great place to be able to just kind of hang out with people, share both the good and bad going on in your life. If you need to vent and you have no one else to vent to, or you need to vent to people that don't know other people in your life, that's a really nice thing sometimes to do. Please do that. And if you're having any trouble finding it, you can just always go to our website and find it at isthisadultingpod.com. And while you're at our website, check out everything from our show notes, where you can find all some of the fun games we played over time if you want to kind of play them with your friends. Also, if you want to check out our merch store, that's how you do it, as well as getting in touch with us and kind of just being a part of the movement to break the stigma around mental health. And finally, and then I am done, That is, if you can subscribe to our show, but also if you want to share and spread the word for people who you think that might need it or need a place in community to be able to call home online, which is not always an easy thing to find. Please do that by rating and reviewing our show. That is how people find podcasts, and we could really use that help. So
leave
thanks.
a 5-star review, you guys. Leave a 5-star review.
If you're gonna do a 1-star review, do it on one of my fake podcasts I've made up.
Yeah. Do it on Probably Brothers.
Do it on that. Or Nip Van Winkle, or
that's a good one.
Whatever suits your fancy.
Or Strangers Things.
Or
Also,
just Get a Life podcast.
Yeah, a good way to spread word about the show as well. If you have a successful podcast where you talk about wine and true crime, and you just want to shout us out, that's a great way to,
we got you, boo.
To really spread the word.
We got you.
Sorry, I had to. We are part of the Orbital Jigsaw Podcast Network. You can find our show as well as others at orbitaljigsaw.com. We are also almost entirely listener supported. So if you like what you hear, please consider clicking the Support the Show tab on our website, isthisadultingpod.com. We have tons of cool rewards, exclusive content, bonus episodes, coloring pages, and much, much more that you'll receive in return for your support on Patreon. Or also on PayPal. If you do not want to use Patreon, we have an option there for either a one-time donation or a monthly donation. We'd like to thank the collection for the use of our theme music, The Borrowers, off their album Ars Moriendi. Kenyon, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, guys. I had so much fun, and I'm sorry that
awesome.
I lost most of the games.
So you won the game that counted.
You beat Chris.
That's
what makes me happy. So hope you had fun. We'd love to have you back in the future.
Absolutely.
You are a lovely human being, despite what Lucy and Amanda told me. So
I know. Those trash talking bitches.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here on Is This Adulting this week. I've been your best friend, Steven.
I've been your best friend, Chris.
And I've been your BFF, Kenyon.
And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and go hug someone.
Because you never know, their baby might just be a hired hitman. And that's some complicated feelings.
Or their grandma.
Or their grandma.
I'm picturing, like, baby hitman, and it's adorable. It's like tiny baby gangster. Like, God, why is it so... It's so cute.
Babies in grown-up clothes is, like, my kryptonite. It's really great.
That's been revealed. All right, have a good week.
Don't get killed by a baby hitman. Bye.